Guys, deluded, I'm back again. YouTube's N'Golo Kante, YouTube's Lucas Torreira. Thank you very much for tuning back in. If whoever you are, wherever you are, and obviously if you're just tuning in for the first time, then you're in luck, man. You've been hooked. You might as well hit the subscribe button because you're rocking with the best. But moving on, we know typically in football, obviously you have the forefathers of football, and then obviously in life you have offspring, you have children. Specifically to football, more often than not, their children fail to deceive, in terms of following in from their footsteps, especially when it's the more popular footballers or more household names. I mean, the first name coming to my head is Tom Ince. Nowhere near Paul Ince, nowhere near his sort of thing. Obviously, Kasper Schmeichel's had a good career and things like that, and he's a Premier League winner, and it's a bit harsh to include him in this example, but he's nowhere near where his dad was, despite what his dad may say. So yeah, obviously he's had a good career, and obviously Kluivert that's now gone to Roma is probably going against that, because typically for every Kluivert there's many people with popular names that don't achieve success in it. But yeah, I do find it odd how you're seeing, I wouldn't say odd, but it's a bit weird how you're seeing like children of these players come into the game. Like obviously you've seen Zidane's children, whether they're going to have careers or not. If you looked at the Milk Cup, Manchester United actually have another Savage in their academy. Charlie Savage, he already looks better than his dad. I mean, he can actually pass the ball forward and known for stuff rather than just yellow cards and getting destroyed on the football pitch. He's a lovely set piece taker from what I saw at the Milk Cup, Super Cup in Northern Ireland, for those of you who don't know what it is, but it used to be called the Milk Cup. So you've got them. Obviously, you've got Reina. If those of you remember Reina that used to play for Manchester City, his son, I believe his son wants to move to Europe. I believe technically his son qualifies for a European passport, a Portuguese passport through their ancestry, which, I mean, if you look at a lot of South American players, that makes them a more attractive proposition to a lot of European clubs, because obviously, think about it logically, people. If you know, this is why many players go South America. This is where the Portuguese clubs and some French clubs have the advantage because of work permits and stuff. Think about it, if you're a top club, any top six, there's a great prospect, but you can't get him a work permit. You might have to loan him out for several years until he qualifies. He can either qualify from changes politically, special grants. You can obviously appeal and get a special work permit, or getting caps for his country. If he's 16, 17, it's a while from that's going to happen, people. So that's where Portuguese, again, I might be wrong on this, but that's where a lot of Portuguese clubs are able to take advantage of this, because the laws are more relaxed. So they're able to do these sort of things. That's the issue. That's the issue you typically see. But like, I just find it mad weird. Like how Reina's gonna come into Europe. Like he wants to move to Europe. I'm not too sure of the club he plays for. Giovanni Reina, the central midfielder, son of Reina. I've waffled so much I haven't actually said it. He looks a decent talent. I haven't seen him on anything other than YouTube, but he looks like he's got good technical qualities. As for the club he's gonna move to, I don't know. Like I've just been saying about in terms of work permits, he probably, because of that, if he gets a European-based passport, he's now a more attractive proposition to the clubs in Europe. I mean, in England specifically, because if he qualifies in it. So yeah, I don't know what club he's going to move to. Possibly Holland or somewhere like that. Maybe he's obviously he's Manchester City. His dad's got history with the club. They've got links in America. Maybe some things happen in that regards. I'm not too sure. Remains to be seen how far Charlie Savage can go. But based on the footage I've seen at the Milk Cup, he looks like he'll have a decent career. Spurs have a couple players that are of ex-Spurs players as well. Normally the lesser names, but they've got Taino. Those of you remember Spurs, that Spurs player used to play for them. Nothing to write home about. But they've signed his son, I believe, in January from a Finnish-based club. And there's also Pochettino's son's been given a scholarship as well, same name as him. So yeah, I know one of his sons is on the sports science stuff, and his son's obviously a talented footballer. So it's weird. Obviously, you've also got Guðjohnsen as well. I know his sons, I think a couple have moved to Madrid now, but his sons were typically at Barcelona. You've got Sean Wright Phillips' son, I believe. You've actually got Jermaine Pennant's son playing for England's youth international levels as well. So there's a few coming about, man. And I just find it mad intriguing, to be honest with you. And I'm keen to see how their careers are going to pan out. But yeah, man. Guys, deluded. YouTube's N'Golo Kante, Lucas Torreira. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out. Thank you very much for watching and tuning in again and again. Out.